Hi guys, you're welcome in usaeservice.com. For more management study and latest world news, visit our website usaeservice.com. Today we will discuss about stress management in organizational behavior. Let's start. Stress is defined in terms of its physical and physiological effects on a person, and it can be mental, physical, or emotional stress. Stress is defined as how it affects physical and psychological health. It includes mental, physical, and emotional stress. Stress occurs when a demand exceeds a person's ability to imitate and disrupts his or her psychological balance. Hans Lee, the father of stress, defines stress as the force, pressure, or strain exerted upon a material object or a person which resists the exerted forces and try to maintain its original state is called stress. Stress is a major problem in our society. 75% of bodily diseases causes are stress-related. Due to severe and prolonged stress lead to suppression of the body's immune system. Stress at work. It is generally agreed that stress occurs at work. Views differ on the importance of worker characteristics versus working conditions as its primary cause. Different approaches and different ways suggest to prevent stress at work. Various personal characteristics, such as personality and copulation skills, can cause stress as a result of certain critical situations. In other words, we can say that stress for one person may not be a problem for someone else. Stress-related disorders are psychological disorders. Example: depression, anxiety, traumatic stress disorder, and other types of emotional stress such as dissatisfied, fatigue, stress, and encompassing a wide array of situations, including malicious behavior like aggression, substance abuse, and cognitive impairment, concentration, and memory problems. Job stress is also associated with various biological reactions that can eventually lead to physical health, such as heart disease. Characteristics of stress. Symptoms of stress. The following are the salient features of stress. The word stress refers to the idea of a system. This will be true for those who possess strong moral values of good and bad, deep meanings of personal and organizational responsibility. Stress can be caused by excessive workload provided to worker or employees, within deadlines, that undesirable workforce consequences of stress for employees, which have to be stopped against the sense of duty. There are following characteristics of stress, which are: stress is intangible in nature. Stress is intangible in nature, that can neither be seen nor touched, but its presence can be felt through its loss, but sometimes it takes a turn for the better. Stress is highly individualistic and impulsive. Stress in the form of stress or pressure on employees' inclination towards highly individualistic and impulsive labor, and thus enables ones to achieve organizational goals. Stress is a strong predictor. Stress can be used to predict of various personal and work-related results. In Encyclopedia of Stress, Flick defines stress as real or as a threat to one's physical or psychological integrity that results in a physical or behavioral response. It is a reaction to challenging events. Stress taxes a person's physical and psychological resources. Stress taxes a person's physical and psychological resources. A person for whom no success is satisfactory, who gets angry and enmity towards the people on, who constantly worries about future risks and even more complex tasks about the next project, puts oneself under an unfair degree of stress. The outcomes of stress are not always negative but also positive. The consequences of stress are not always negative but also positive. It has a positive effect on a person. However, too much excessive and frequent stress is unfavorable for employees. Types of stress. Stress has often been misunderstood to be negative with some people, recognizing the importance and usefulness of positive stress. In our daily lives, stress is everywhere and certainly inevitable, therefore our emphasis should be on differentiating between what is good stress and what is bad. Negative stress can cause many physical and psychological problems, while positive stress can be very helpful for everyone. There are four main types of stress. They are as follows: eustress. This is a positive type of stress. It prepares a person to be ready for the allotted work, to complete the work on time without delay, and it provides the motivation and strength necessary to complete the work. Eustress is the enjoyable when possible events happen. Distress. It is a negative form of stress. It occurs when the mind and body are unable to cope with the changes, and this type of stress usually occurs when deviations occur from ideals. This type of stress can be acute or chronic, which can be either acute or permanent. This is unpleasant stress with negative events. Hyperstress. This is another form of negative stress that mostly occurs when the person is unable to cope with the workload. This happens when work is extremely stressful or may require work more than 1 hour of work to be handled by the person. If a person is suffering from hyperstress, then he or she can get an emotional breakdown on extraterrestrial issues. Hypo stress. Finally, hypo stress occurs when a person has no connection with him/her and is constantly bored and unmotivated. This is due to insufficient volume of tension. Therefore, some stress is unavoidable and some are useful to us. Thank you friends for watching. For more management study and latest world news, visit our website usaeservice.com. Please like, subscribe and share our YouTube channel, US News.